People are so ignorant. Let's see. I have a list on my phone saying what I wanted to talk about, because I'll forget. You know me. Or do you? And there's my dog. You can probably hear her tapping. A tap tap. I think my family's mad at me, which, you know, they probably have a good reason. Sometimes they don't, but yeah, this time I think so. Let's see. Oh, spirit guides. Let's talk about that. Okay. They can be colors, animals, people looking, I mean. And, you know, humanistic. And, let's see. Oh, and I haven't had any sleep, so, you know, if this bothers you, you know, that's why. If it's boring or a little too weird, I haven't had sleep. I am weird, but, you know, the tired thing. People like me lose focus, just like you. As we know you do, right? Okay, so spirit guides, boy. Let's talk about that. Like I said, colors. Mr. Ambidextrous. Q. He's in a potato, and the potato is rotting, and it stinks. And some people would say, ooh, that's voodoo, and I would say, well, you know, whatever. Spirit guides. I actually have seen somebody else's spirit guide that ended up staying with me, and that was about 14 years ago, because I was 21, and her name was Tia. And I know this sounds nuts, but it's true. Her name was Tia, and I knew that before he even told me. So that's what confirmed it for me, I think, is that the name coming to me before I would ever even know it. And she came to me actually before I met him. He was my first fiance, and let's see, she was always giving me insight into him and what I should do and how I should act. And, you know, it all ended up to be accurate. It was so accurate, in fact, that I think that's what really brought me into wondering what was really going on out there. And what is really going on out there? I mean, the government isn't telling us. Nobody's telling us. Scientists. They don't want to tell us. Plus, they're being paid off by the government, or else they get threats. Their family gets killed. And, you know, it's just to each his own on beliefs and on everything else, but beliefs in this situation, or this setting that we have here, this intimate setting. Yeah, so, his spirit guide was with me and up until probably 2 years ago, actually, and he and I had broken up about about 10 years ago. I'm getting old. I'm getting gray hair too. Not cool. Let's see. What was I going to say? Oh, I'm being quiet because I'm not alone in this house, and somebody's bound to hear me if I speak louder. So, we're gonna do all of this really quietly, okay? Are you with me on that? Okay. He had spirit guides, and I saw them. I was awakened when I was with him. It just, his influence and his psychic abilities, they just awakened me. And so, you know, that's the end of that, because we've got another topic. And this could get so interesting, but this is just an introduction. I'm sure I'll talk more about this. Speaking in tongues. Okay, here's my experience. I've been to so many churches that speak in tongue, and only one was in harmony. Grandma's dog, so fun. He's a little undisciplined. But anyway, this was the only church where they actually, he said things that made sense. He told me crystals do not give power or something like that, and crystals do not bring you power. And what he did not know was that I was carrying a crystal in my pocket. So now comes my point. You can go anywhere, but that doesn't mean they're going to have whatever you're looking for as far as spirituality. And so I really recommend going with an open mind, because I've gone with closed mind and it doesn't work. You see things that bother you, and you just don't accept that, okay, you know what, I can watch this and I don't have to really believe it. I can listen, and it doesn't really have to be pounded into my head, you know. And if they try that, I suggest leaving. But you know, just all the other churches I went to that spoke in tongue said that they were speaking in different languages, all of them, something different for each one of them. Only a few would be saying the same thing. This church that I went to was completely false prophethood, okay? But they spoke in tongue and told me about the crystal, and when they spoke in tongue, it was very precise and to the distinct point of perfection. They each spoke the same thing, same words, whatever kind of words those are, came out of their mouths as they held their hands over me and prayed. Because I was witch. You know, maybe I still am. I don't know. Next topic, which we're not going to get to go to because it's almost, but it's going to be astral projection, and I'll talk about that next time because I think it's really interesting, and I'll read up on it a little more. I'm a little rusty on these things. But anyway, you know, just believe what you're going to believe, and I suggest going in with an open mind and saying, okay, I don't have to believe everything they say. I'll believe what I want. If they say something that sounds good, okay, good. It's there. If they say something that sounds a little iffy to you, and say, okay, you know what, I don't really agree with that, but I might still keep coming. This might be the church I'm supposed to go to. Okay? You know what? I think it's been almost 10 minutes and I don't want to get cut off, so I'll let you go.